everyone, Scotty Collier, West Ham Fan TV, returning with your Big Betch preview, back for the season by Ladbrokes, who are now offering you the chance to boost the odds in your selections. Click the link in the description below to find out more details. 4 PM kickoff on Sunday, up at the Etihad. West Ham travel to take on Manchester City. Premier League leaders, unbeaten in the league all season, 13 wins out of 14 games. West Ham not winning away so far this season. It's going to be a very, very tough ask for us to get something out of this game. You know, it's going to be a long day for the supporters travelling up there. Obviously, last time out, very, very disappointing 4-0 defeat to Everton. Improvements in the second half, but still silly, sloppy mistakes. People not being awake to where the player their marking's meant to be, not tracking players' runs. It's costing us, you know. And Moyes come out and said, we've got to get these out of our system. We've got to get rid of the players that are doing that. But it just seems to be every player at the moment. As I said, there was improvements in the second half when we went 2 up top. Will we risk playing 2 up top against City? We'll have to wait and see on that one. Obviously, last time the two sides met up there, Man City ran out 3-1 winners. We lost all 3 games we played against City last season. Obviously, 1 in the FA Cup, 2 in the league. Wasn't a pretty sight. I think it was 5-0 in the cup and 4-0 in the league at home. So you know we really need every single player to put a shift in to try and get something out of this game. When we look at the injuries, obviously we're still without Byram, Font and Hernandez, who have got their long-term injuries. Collins, Reid and Carroll are all doubts for this game. Reid obviously coming off against Everton. Collins being forced off against Wickham in the under-21s or under-23s match. And Andy Carroll didn't start against Everton. So, you know, them players are very much doubt we'll see them free. Joe Hart obviously isn't available because he's playing against his parent club. So Adrian will probably step in goal in there. I know a lot of people have been crying out for Adrian to come back in. Not the easiest of games for him to step in for, you know, and let's be honest, if he puts in a performance and, you know, has a good show, he deserves to stay in there. You know, we can't just pick Joe Hart because he is Joe Hart. He wasn't great against Everton. You know, as I said, people have been calling for him to drop, and this is Adrian's chance. You know, it's a very, very tough game to be coming back in for, but hey, he's got to be given a go, and if he plays well, he should keep his place. That's my opinion. When we look at City's injuries, they're without Mendy and John Stones. Sane missed the victory over Southampton with an illness. He could return for this one, but other than that, they've got a clean bill of health and every player available. Danger men-wise, where do you stop looking with City? Top scorers Aguero and Raheem Sterling with 9 goals so far in the league this season. Jesus, De Bruyne, David Silva, Sane. Very, very good players. Lots of pace. Can pick teams apart. As I said, this is going to be a very, very tough game for West Ham. And we need a performance. So how do we stop them? When you look at the last 2 games they've had, I think Huddersfield and Southampton, they played a 4-5-1 or a 5-4-1 formation. You know, and dug in, worked hard, made the game hard for City, made it hard for them to break them down. And I said, I think City in both games scored late winners. You know, with the one against Southampton, it was a last-minute strike from Sterling. So that looks like the way to try and break them, like to try and stop them playing. Have we got that in us? On our day, yeah, I think we can. You know, we look at the starting 11, we can see Adrian, as I said, Adrian's going to be coming back to going goal. With the injuries at the back, do we play a 5 or do we play a 4? Personally, I'll go for a 5. Zabaleta on the right, Cech, Rice and Ogbonna in the middle, the 3 centre backs. Creswell to continue on the left. Declan Rice, look, he's going to want to play. You know, all right, he got out-jumped by Ashley Williams when he come on. It's always tough coming on, especially when you're 3-0 down. But this kid has got the right attitude for me. He wants to play. He needs to be given a chance. You know, just give it to him. He played well against Spurs in the Cup. You've got to learn your trade. You know, he's going to be up against probably some of the best players in the Premier League. But I've got faith in the kid. I think he'll put in a good shift. He'll give 110%, and that's what we need our players to do. So he's definitely got to play in this one, whether it's in the 4 or whether it's in a 5. If we go to the 5 at the back, the midfield, obviously we're going to need a 4. If Antonio's fit, we need as much pace on this pitch as possible. So I'll go Antonio on the right, Masuaku on the left. You know, didn't have a great game against Everton. Most of his crosses either hit an Everton player or went out of play. But again, it's pace. Something that City have a lot of. Something we need to use to try and counter. Obiang, substitute at half-time against Everton. Didn't have the best of games. Mark Noble sitting on the bench looking for a recall. Does he come in for this one? Bit of passion, bit of fight, bit of leadership. I reckon so. Maybe he should come in for this alongside Lanzini, because we still need that little bit of spark in there. You know, that little bit of magic, someone to make them worried about. And Lanzini on his day, he is a player that will worry defenders, and they're going to have to concentrate on him. But for him to be effective, we need to give him the ball. You know, something we didn't do in the first half, but in the second half against Everton, we did, and he did cause them problems. But, you know, we need him to be on his game. And the lone striker has got to be Diafra Sakho. Carroll, if he's fit, you've got a good shout for him being to play. But for me, he doesn't hold the ball up enough, and we play too far off him. With Sakho, he runs the channels, he works hard, and he's not too bad in the air, so he will cause them problems. I think if he ain't going to go for that, then stick Antonio up top. Again, running into the channels, strength, holding the ball up. What we need against these sides, you know, we've got to get forward with pace when we do get a chance. Because let's be honest, we are going to sit back and try and hold out this one. The other option he could do, let's be honest, he could go for it. I very much doubt he will. We could play the 4-4-2. If he does that, it's got to be Sakho and Ayew up front. I think the two of them linked up well against Everton in midweek when Sakho come on. But, you know, we'll wait and see. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think we should do. Does Declan Rice deserve a start? Does Noble deserve to come into the midfield? And as much as we hate him, does Sakho deserve a start up top? Because let's be honest, the other players that have been playing up there since Hernandez has got injured haven't given us much of an option. Prediction-wise, as I said, I can't be confident in this one. You know, look me, I'm normally really optimistic with everything, but I'm going to go for a City 3-0 win. If you do think we can do the unthinkable and go there and get a win, Ladbrokes will give you 28-1 for a West Ham win. If you boost them odds, they'll give you 33-1. So, you know, maybe worth a couple of quid. As I said, this is the Premier League. This is the division where the top team could be running away with things and get beaten by the bottom team. So you never know what's going to happen. All I can do is just hope and pray that we put in a solid display. Every single player gives 110% on that pitch and works their nuts off, and we get something out of the game to take into Chelsea. Don't forget to check out all our other videos. I'll be back next week with my preview for Chelsea. Post-match pint will be filmed probably when the guys get back from City. They'll be up there for fan cam, so make sure you check them out after the game. You know, let them know what you think of the performance of the side, where we're going wrong, things like that. Yeah, just one thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.